Number 10, designated hitter Vladimir Gomez.
So here's Vladimir Gomez to lead it off. There's been another wild one here from Pittsburgh. We did get an explanation from home plate umpire Ron Adams as to what happened to Austin Fraker leading off the third. He did get the base hit, credit for a base hit, but he missed first base going around, and he was out on appeal. So that's how we scored. Fraker out on appeal, leading off at the third, but he does get credit for a base hit. So here's Gomez to lead it off, 6-1 in favor of the Diamonds as we head to the top of the fourth inning. And for more play-by-play, sorry about that, here's Scotty.
Thank you, Tony. And we're 6-1 is the score in favor of the Diamonds. Mike Gunn out here for his fourth inning of work. He hit the first batsman, Chevy Clark, and he came around to score, and that's been it for the Admirals. Swing and miss by Gomez, and the count goes to 1-1 on him. We saw Austin Fraker stumble as he went around first base when on that hit, and I think because of that stumble, he must have missed the bag somehow, and he was out. It was a mystery because neither one of us saw any appeal throw, but we were assured by the umpire that they did make the appeal throw, and Fraker was out number one in that inning. So here we are with 2 balls and 1 strike. The wind beginning to pick up again, and right now it's blowing straight out to center field. And Gomez sits here waiting for the 2-1 pitch, and this pitch is lifted high, foul, and out of play to the right side. So now the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gomez. Gomez came up and grounded out to the third baseman, Wagner, in the first inning to end that inning. Wagner's had a busy day. As on my sheet, he's got 4 putouts. This pitch is swung on and missed by Vladimir, and he will sit down. Gomez is out number 1.
Third strikeout in the ball game for Mike Gunn. He's gotten 1 in each of the last 3 frames, and that's a play by Fraker. Reminds me of an old story about the 62 Mets, I believe it was, when they were just absolutely horrendous. And they had a player by the name of Marvelous Marv Throneberry.
That pitch, first pitch to Gerald Bautista, I was so interested in the story, I was kind of got lost in it. 1 ball, no strikes to Bautista.
Well, Throneberry had gotten a double or was going for a triple.
And this pitch is outside, 2-0.
And he went over to third, and then the opposing team appealed the play at second base, saying that he missed the bag. And on appeal, the umpire said he's out. So Casey Stengel, the manager at the time, storms out there and is really upset. And the first base umpire says, "Don't bother, Casey, he missed first base too." That happens when a team loses 120 games.
The 2-0 pitch to Bautista does not find the strike zone, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes.
And Casey Stengel, one of the great characters of baseball. And there was a lot of banners start. That was the era of starting banners.
The 3-0 pitch is a strike, and it's 3-1.
And some people were complaining at the old Polo Grounds and ended into Shea Stadium about all the banners.
That pitch is outside, ball 4, and so the second hitter in the fourth inning is going to get on base. Gerald Bautista will go down to first, and that will bring up Pedro Perez.
And they were complaining that they were missing the action. And this, of course, is when the Mets were so bad. So Casey said, "Don't worry, it was probably just something bad anyway."
That's why the Mets were so amazing in 1969. It didn't take them long to turn that around, really. But
yeah, considering that came into existence and just 7 short years later they're the champions, not at all.
First pitch here to Perez is a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. On first base is Bautista, who walked. And now Gunn is having a hard time finding the strike zone. The next pitch is a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
When you talk about so many other franchises, I mean, you just think of the Seattle Mariners, I believe, what came into existence in 1976, 1977, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Still looking for their first pennant.
This pitch is whacked to the right side, and it gets by Valdez, who kind of ate him up with that hop. And so now they're going to be runners at first and second with one out. The ball was hit right at him, and he took a kind of a little hop of his own, and thinking the ball was going to come up, and it kind of stayed down and went right between his legs into right field.
I'd have to call that one an error. The ball was hit very hard, but Odemar was right there. Now we've got a little youngster here as our new public address announcer. Either that or Paul is aging in reverse like Benjamin Button.
So Bautista is at second base. Perez is at first. No error has been given yet, but we'll see. Tillman Pugh is at the plate, and he swings and misses for a strike, and it's 0-1. Pugh with a grand slam yesterday. He's got 2 men on now, and it's a 6-1 ball game. The Diamonds are in front. Top of the 4th inning. Diamonds just have had their way at the plate. Gunn has pretty much had his way on the mound, but now he's in trouble. Pugh swings and misses. That's strike 2, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Tillman got the sanitary socks going with the yellow showing. And the powder blue shoes. Quite a look for Tillman.
Pugh is struck out in the 2nd inning, and now he's behind in the count 0-2 here. The pitch to him is swung on him. It's strike 3.
Another strikeout for Mike Gunn. He got 1 in the 2nd. 1 in the 3rd, and now he comes up with 2 here in the 4th.
Comes into the game number 3 in the league in strikeouts. So he's adding to his lead chasing total. And he's got 4 now, and that would put him at 33 strikeouts on the year.
He's been kind of a mystery so far here for the Diamonds.
Now with 2 down, he's got 2 on, and the first pitch is inside to Chevy Clark, who is the top of the batting order for the Admirals. And as I said, he got hit by a pitch to start off this game, and then he came around to score. And that is the only run by Vallejo so far, as we're here in the top of the 4th, 6-1 in favor of Pittsburgh.
We've seen Gunn have a couple of very good outings, and we've seen him struggle quite a bit in a couple of others.
This pitch is inside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. You could almost say that about his innings in this game. So good inning, and then mow him down inning, and then living on the edge inning.
And they're trying to pitch around a Valdez error here.
2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch is ball 3, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. And Garcia has something that he's noticed or some important information he wants to share with Gunn. And so he runs in from a shortstop position, and they have their conversation.
So Gunn by right should be back in the dugout right now, but he's going to have to deal with Chevy Clark, one of the league's leading hitters, with a couple of runners on base and a chance for the Admirals to cut into this lead quickly.
Bautista, there's a pitch, is ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. So Chevy Clark draws a walk. He's been hit by a pitch. He grounded out, and he has walked. That's going to move everybody up 90 feet. The bases are loaded, and Chris Fernacci will come up here in his 2nd game for the Admirals, and he has a big chance here to do them some good.
So it's Fernacci.
It is Fernacci at the moment.
I heard it from Tim Fitzgerald a couple of days ago, the play-by-play voice of the Admirals, and he said, I could have swore he said Fernacci, and I got a clarification on that, but we'll just make it up as we go along.
Here's a pitch to Chris, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. There are 2 outs here with the bases loaded. Gunn has a chance, to get out of this without a run being scored with 2 outs. Diamonds are playing back all the way around, of course. Straight away in the outfield for Fernacci. Here's a pitch to him, and he swings and misses. Strike 2. It snowballs and 2 strikes.
Good start to this at bat against Chris. Fernacci quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes, and this would be a big feather in the cap of Mike Gunn right now if he can pitch around the walks and the error. He's
got his sign from Heiberger. the one he finally likes, and now he's going to come to the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is whacked left side, foul.
Well, that ball was...
P.J. Phillips dancing over there in the third base box, and he got out of the way successfully.
Yeah, him and Davey both can try out for Dancing with the Stars. That was some nimble footwork as well.
No balls, 2 strikes. Chris Fernacci up here. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. This pitch is whacked left side, foul. So with 2 strikes, he is putting on a fight here against Gunn, who would like to gun him down. Mike Gunn, no stranger to the strikeout. It's his tour de force, but Fernacci is fighting him off at the moment. Bautista at third, Perez at second, Clark at first. The 0-2 pitch is low and outside, and Heiberger is able to block it and keep it in front of him, and so that's going to be a 1-2 count, and there's no chance for Bautista to come to the plate.
And we've seen the catchers in the association. That is a required skill, and that is you've got to be able to be very nimble behind there because you are going to have to block a lot of balls.
1 ball and 2 strikes now. Fernacci 0 for 2. The pitch to him is swung on about the left side, and that's foul. That was closer to fair territory. It went down the third base line, and Wagner went behind third base to pick it up, but it had already gone foul before it got to the bag. Fernacci flew out to Calderon in the 1st inning and struck out in the 3rd inning. Here we had a walk and then a single or an error. That pitch is Heiberger stops outside, knocks it in front of the plate, picks it up. So that's going to be ball 2, 2-2. Started out with a walk to Bautista, and then Pedro Perez hit the ball through the legs of Valdez, and they called it hit so far. But so that's a walk, a hit, then a strikeout, followed by a walk to Chevy Clark, and that's where we are with the bases loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Gunn is swung on, and this one is fouled back.
This is one of those key moments in the ball game right now. Diamonds lead it 6-1. 2 outs, and Chris Fernacci will just not go away here. His Gunn has made some nice pitches, but Chris has been able to spoil them.
Foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, taking a couple of outside pitches that were in the dirt and challenges to Heiberger. The count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he hits this one deep to left field, and that's going to be pulled foul.
Well, that ball was rifled that time. He's hit a couple of these balls really hard. That one he really cut loose on. Well foul there, Scott, but right now he appears to be on Mike Gunn.
Yeah, he's got an idea of what's going on there. Gunn may want to reach back for something to end this inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded at 6-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. But Vallejo's been in this position before. They've been in this position all weekend and come back. The pitch from Gunn is outside, ball 3, and it's full count, 3-2.
And this is turning into a great at-bat for Fernacci, no matter how it ends. But can he win, ultimately, the battle? He fell behind 0-2. He has fought back to a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's fouled off I don't know how many pitches, 4 or 5. And he steps in here with the bases completely full. Bautista, Perez, and Clark, the pitch. Ball 4. I wasn't sure that was ball 4, but that's what the call is. And so Fernacci gets the base on balls and an RBI, and he goes to first base, and the bases will remain loaded as Bautista comes in to score. And the score now is 6-2 in favor of Pittsburgh. Now they're going to have a meeting at the mound, and here comes Aaron Miles with the entire infield, and Aaron taking that slow walk. Nobody warming in the Diamond bullpen. Aaron just trying to